Boom Bust. Okay, yeah. No, yeah. The Boom Bust shell probably makes a lot of sense with Hellraiser if you get to Hellraiser Boom. I have some Boom Bust shells. Boros, 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 Boros. Alright, so I've got Boros Land Destruction with Celestial Kirin, Boros Land Destruction with Mana Tithe, with Ephemerate. Ephemerate seems like a good... This seems like the best one to pour over. So we're basically playing Hellraiser over Kirin. I have to adjust the mana a lot. Move away from the Ranger Captains. Don't know if I'm playing Ephemerate or not. Definitely need to play Fable, I think, with the Hellraisers in general. Like the card itself, Ephemerate is good, but it's just kind of hard to like get the cards in the yard, if that makes sense. Okay. So we can be like, yeah, maybe not in on the Ephemerate plan, but just, you know, not really maybe so in on the Ephemerate plan. But we could be Boros, Boom Bust, Cleansing Wildfire with Hellraiser. Good. You can type exclamation point deck tech for the deck tech info, but you know I'm also, cause you know I'm in the middle of this, so it'd be nice if you could wait as well. I can't break my concentration. Something like just pillage. 4 Fable, 4 Pillage, 4 Spyro. Or maybe not. I guess I have to play Bobble. No, I need cheap removal spells too. So you do something like No Fury. I have to fix the mana also, but this doesn't really look that good to me either. Yeah. My brain is also on fire. Could just be like, yeah, I don't know how good you are at hitting 9 cards. Yeah, you can Hellraiser Bust, which is kind of like the main reason for like looking at this version in the first place. Maybe I don't know. It's tough. My brain is exploding. Pillage is needed, not necessarily. Yeah, the white red filter land would help a lot. I like that suggestion. Why no breaking in Ironcrag Emrakul? I don't know. I feel like for the breaking entering with Hellraiser, you have to be like really in on it. You have to play it in like a persist shell. Pillage's worst looking card here. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Brought Back would be great. I mean, Brought Back is a card that always like seems great, but has like so, you know. Yeah, there's the Cataracts. I'm not thinking about the Cataracts right now. I'm thinking about yeah, the rest of the deck. No, you have to always play Fable over Spyro with Hellraiser. It's a non-creature spell and it copies the cast and also cast it. Magnetic Sinkhole. Yeah. Timmy Tap Lens, switch prime, thank you. Yeah, you could go back to the mono red version. Maybe I'm just like honestly not as confident on like how many enablers you need for it too. It's so hard to build with. So hard to build. I think maybe I just need to. I don't want to call the stream this early though. We'll do one more. We'll figure out one of these versions to play. Because like it could be the case that we don't play Pillage, we don't play Cleansing Wildfire. We could just be mono red with a lot of fetch lands, because you want to play a lot of fetch lands for Hellraiser anyways. Boom Bust is a 2-mana removal spell that you can only play on turn 3, but you play 12. You play like 12, maybe more than 12 fetch lands, so that you can, like, on turn 3 you can go double spell, Boom Bust, plus the thing, and then flash it back. Does that make sense? Because this works with fetch lands. You target your land and your opponent's land. And then you're like a 4-bolt, 4-heat deck. Reunion? Yeah, Reunion's... I mean, so one awkward thing with Reunion is you have to have the cards in hand when you cast it with Hellraiser. On the draw, feels like a lot of disadvantage. I mean, I don't know if it would disadvantage is the exact word I'd use, but I kind of get what you're saying. This is basically Mono Red Murktide. Yeah, that's kind of the thought, I think. Could just play Reunion. Reunion just doesn't seem very good here, though. Like, you just don't have the card casters. Mind Collapse? I think Mind Collapse is pretty bad, right? I guess it's okay with Boom Bust. I'm not really. Blood Moon? I mean, you could play Blood Moon also. You could play Blood Moon. The Chandra seems okay here. Chandra Dressed to Kill seems fine. I always like Chandra Dressed to Kill. Just a couple copies. But really, it's kind of like the issue with red is like you have really good 1-drops, you don't have very many good 2-drops, which is also kind of why you see Obosh in a lot of these. Reunion enables haste token. Yeah, I think it's still kind of medium here. Yeah, so maybe it's just light up the stage, right? Which is also good. Like, Chandra Dressed to Kill is also really good with light up the stage, but light up the stage is also good to Hellraiser into. We kind of need a card advantage spell, so we're like this with 22 lands. Any Fury, maybe in the sideboard. Maybe we play 21 with 3 Chandra Dressed to Kill, 3 Fable. Kind of just want 2 of these. This looks like a Hayashi deck. I mean, it looks like a Hayashi deck because every single like red combination of cards he's played. You know what I mean? I feel like Hayashi deck has lost so much meaning. Okay, 4 Mesa, 4 Meyer. I think so. I want at least 12 fetch lands. I might play like 14. Like 9 mountains. Maybe 8 is fine. 8 is probably fine. Isn't some sort of looting better for filling the grave? Yeah, but it's just like lower card quality overall is the problem. Maybe Searing Blaze? Maybe. Why Spirebound? So for the most part, you want your 3-mana spells to be non-creatures so you can Hellraiser them. This is probably fine. Fine enough for now. Got a little sideboard. This deck's probably kind of bad against Sanctifier and Vec, huh? Shinka. The problem with Shinka is like I think you just want, you know, you go pretty late with this deck, and you have playing so many fetch lands. I think you just want to play a ton of fetchables too. I think it's more important than the Shinka. We can side in Furies, cut Boom Busts against like creature decks. Definitely not Striker Ridge. Topaz 3-1, thank you. Why not 4 Sokazan? Yeah, Hayashi played 4 Sokazan the other day. It's just like, just don't understand the man. It's okay, you don't have to understand everybody. Yeah, you can play Din of the Bugbear, but like our utility lands are our fetch lands. Like we need a ton of fetch lands for Boom Bust. Like we need, like we're playing 12 here. I want like 9 fetchables with the 12 fetch lands. There's just like not a lot of room. I might have to play Sacred Foundry. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. Sacred Foundry Portable Hole. Sacred Foundry also lets you turn 2 cast Teferi if you hit it with Ragavan. So probably playing Portable Hole over Shattering Spree. And then if you got a sideboard, it needs for Orvar. Or although, okay, no, sorry, I should be on like 3 Chain to the Rocks, 2 Portable Hole, so I can also deal with Murktide. We did this in a different deck recently. I can't remember what it was. It might honestly even be 4-1. I kind of want all 4 against Murktide. Just like against Murktide, cut the 4 Boom Bust for 4 Change to the Rocks. And then I don't know if you need Hearse since we already have these as our Murktide. So we're gonna be Cold to Dredge, but we can be Cold to Dredge. You probably just need 3 Blood Moons actually, or Magus. I think this one's probably a bit more interested in Blood Moon. There's been a lot of creativity today, so I think I want the 3 Orvars. Could also play. Yeah, I think this looks kind of like a good draft. So again, this is definitely like on the lower end of enablers, but no cheeky graveyard hit for Living End. Living End seems tough for sure. Maybe I don't want the Furies. Yeah, I could do something like. I don't know that I necessarily want Graveyard Hate, but I think I'd be more interested in like playing like 2 Chalice to the Void, 2 Silence or something like that for the Cascade matchups. Sounds kind of bad with Light of the Stage, I guess. Source of blue. We don't need blue. We just discard this Darkon's trigger. Any thoughts to Manamorphose? I think in this deck you want Light of the Stage over Manamorphose. Valakut Awakening is interesting. I don't like the tap lands so much though. Like you really you need all these fetch lands for Boom Bust. Like you need the yeah. We just have to play the pile of fetch lands, otherwise the deck doesn't work. Let's try this. Mana Bridge for gas. I mean, there's such a thing as too much gas. I mean, it is just possible that Breach ends up being a better value card than Hellraiser, but uh-oh. Sorry, lost the deck. Oh, this is only 59? So maybe we do main deck 1 Blood Moon. What about Antonice? Mostly just worse than Change the Rocks, right? Let's try 3 Chandra just to kill. I like that card a lot. Maybe that's too much card advantage. No, let's play 1 Blood Moon. Sideways 60 months, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get the Chain of Silence out of the sideboard. What a journey to get here, huh? What a journey to get here. But yeah, being able to flashback Bust with Hellraiser is pretty cool. We'll see. I think the Light of the Sages, like just giving like a velocity density of cards, helps you with Hellraiser a lot too. The more I think about it. The Boom Bust seems a bit wild. Yeah, I agree it's a bit wild. But I mean, today's like the day to get weird and wild and lost the sauce, in my opinion. Don't know what I'll see that will really... Yeah, I mean, I'm just always... bolting here, I might be able to heat a Murktide, so do it like this. Well, that's the best case scenario by a lot. Hellraiser plus Invoke Calamity. Boy, do I like Invoke Calamity. I actually have like a terrible draft of a terrible deck with Invoke Calamity in it. That I've just been dying to play, but it's not. It's really. It doesn't really. So I was playing like Invoke Calamity with Collected Conjuring. Collected Conjuring is the collected company for sorceries, and I was playing Vindicate in the deck and Crashing Footfalls, and you could like collecting Conjuring into Vindicate, and then you could play the card we're just talking about, Invoke Calamity. I'll keep the Ragavan here. You can go like Invoke Calamity into like double Vindicate from the graveyard, which I thought would be awesome, or like double Pillage. But like the mana doesn't work, and the deck also looked awful. It was like one of the worst looking decks I've ever seen in my entire life, thankfully. I'm just kind of keeping on like a graveyard count here. Like we could cast a Hellraiser next turn, which is pretty promising. Probably have an answer to the Ragavan, although it could be Consider or Spell Pierce they have up here. I guess now we just have another Ragavan. Calamity buys back Bone Crushers? It doesn't, right? Also, I need to like leave fetches uncracked too for Boom Blast, although we'll be cutting the fetch lands post board. Why can it not? Because Bone Crushers are creatures, they're not instants and sorceries. Take a gander at Almost Made a Bruise. There's a lot. Most of them just get deleted or like forgotten about, but there's a lot. Alright, so we have 5 hits for Dragon if we draw a Dragon. Although this is just pretty good by itself, huh? Alright, can target them with the bolts. Alright, let's go Chandra Just to Kill mana, bolt them. I love Chandra Just to Kill.
These pipes in the wall.
I know, they're so creaky today.
It's because of the wind, it's very windy.
Makes sense. The winds are howling.
Yeah. Because it's gonna rain tomorrow.
Okay, so it looks like they've got Counter Spell up. Let's go ahead and see what the top card is. Another Channeler. Okay, so pretty good. We get to go Channeler, Channeler, Fable. I don't hate this. Third Channeler is probably like a little bit better than the average draw. Although I think like Surveilling, because I have another Surveil, I think I'll be pretty good. I guess I like that he can kill the Murktide if they block a Channeler, so I will keep that one. Thank you for the $10, Panda. I wish that you had kept it and done something nice for yourself with that comment. I'm glad that you're finding a nice, quiet place in the stream. I hope you continue to enjoy that, and I hope you also can find a healthier outlet and find some help. So they have 2 cards in their hand. Let's go ahead and flip with Chandra. No card for Chandra. We can go ahead and send in with the team here. See if they trade Ragavans. They do. Gonna cast this before damage. I guess this maybe means if they have a removal spell, it's kind of worse. Lightning Bolt seems okay. I think I need to like dig for a Hellraiser or like light up the stage or something a bit more impactful. I do kind of think they're gonna counter this, but we'll see. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. Interesting. So if Yeah, thankfully they drew a land. That was best case scenario by a lot, because now this is going to not be able to just eat or block the channeler. Tap Canal. Will they kill the Chandra just to kill? I think I'm going to attack first. I guess there's no real chance of me triggering Connive on the Ledger Shredder here. But I would prefer to not. I guess, I don't know, it's tough. Because they're never going to take the hit. Oh, they took the hit. Well, this is better. I cannot believe they took the hit. Them taking the hit there is actually unbelievable. Okay, so now we're looking for bolts. Maybe Hellraiser for bolts. I have to get kind of lucky for that. Well, I let them connive, but I get another surveil, and I don't know if I'm gonna. I guess I will take up for a card probably if I see a card I like, but I don't. I see this instead. So why don't we just take up 4 mana, put them to 1 life. They can't crack any fetches. I only have 1 more Chandra just to kill the deck, I think. But another Chandra activation is lethal, so they have to send Murktide at Chandra this turn, which means that they have to like have an answer for both creatures, which can be, of course, the Ledger Shredder blocking or playing another creature or have them having removal, but they only have 2 cards, so they need to have something for that while attacking here. And then I also, of course, have this this Hellraiser coming down. So I think I cast Hellraiser first. Letting them connive is bad, obviously, if their hand is bad. But I also have like a bunch of Unholy Heats in the yard. I have 3 Heats in the yard that this can hit. So I think it's better to do this first. Well, obviously, you know, letting them connive here is tough, but they need to have a counterspell plus a removal spell as their 2 cards. Yeah, Hellraiser could also bring back the Chandra. Pretty sick. Then we get to bring in 4 Chain to the Rocks for 4 Boombusts, and I guess we play a Portable Hole over the Blood Moon. That was a pretty good game. That was a pretty sick game. The deck felt pretty clean, pretty smooth. Obviously just 1 game. Yeah, I'm a big Chandra Just to Kill fan too. What are my thoughts on Boombust? Boombust is like a fine card. So in this deck, Boombust is a 2 mana Stone Rain that you can only play on turn 3 or after, and when you have 3 lands. So it does let you go on turn 3, Boombust, target your fetch land, crack your fetch land, kill their land, and play another 1-drop. Alternatively, you can just Stone Rain yourself on turn 2, which you'll do when you have Ragavan sometimes. Or I guess if you hit your opponent with Ragavan, then you can do it on turn 2. But I guess that's kind of the thought. That's kind of the thought. That like Boombust also plays like really well with Hellraiser, because Hellraiser can bust if you're lucky, and you know, that's what you hit with the Hellraiser, which is like kind of a small synergy. But they also like the kind of thinking is like Boombust is a lot better with Hellraiser than Boombust is a lot better with Hellraiser than Blood Moon is. And so that's kind of why I'm more interested in pairing this with like the 4 busts in the main and just 1 moon. Wow. Did they struggle to hit lands last game too? I think they might have. I don't know if they'll take this hit or not. Yeah, I think they missed their 2nd land drop again. Or they also did last time. That's what I meant to say. They found it. They found it now. Ledger Shredder. They definitely don't have Bobble. Yeah. Oh, I need to get my Sacred Foundry. We'll graveyard this. We don't have Delirium yet, but filling up the yard for our Hellraiser, of course. What age did I decide to start streaming? 33. Conversion of the deck with more discard, bombs discard, and breach to exile the graveyard with Hellraiser to stack. This is the kind of like comment, honestly, that's usually just feels like it wasn't thought out a ton. You know, I'm not trying to like roast you, but just trying to like respond. Like more discard, like which discard spells specifically, what bombs to discard, which bombs to discard specifically. Breach plus Grazer is a lot of like, there's some tension, but they get paid off by the same card. You could do like any of those things. I don't know. I don't think that you could really ever do all of those things in one of these deck lists. But you know, to some extent, also like time will tell, and I'm not really sure yet. I don't know if that was a good answer or not, but that's my answer, I guess. We could actually Hellraiser this turn. I think I want to attack with the Goblin. This little turn, Lightning Bolt into a live out to kill my opponent's Shredder. And it'll let me light up the stage here. Although if they kill my Channeler right now... I guess I don't know why they would wait to kill Channeler. Guess this is exactly why, actually. We get to go... We still can cast the Hellraiser this turn. We can go light up the stage into... Oh, well, we hit another Hellraiser off the first Hellraiser. So both even if they discard a land here, their Shredder dies. This has definitely felt like the smoothest list that we've tried so far. I was a bit worried about getting like the number of cards in the yard in time. I feel like light up the stage helps with it in a really subtle way. Maybe not that subtle, I don't know. Just bolt you, that's okay. We're also threading the like Fable copy Hellraiser. Any 5-1s or 4-1s yet? No, we did a little losing, but honestly I just don't think our other lists were as like smooth as this one. Going a little bit more wild with it at first, which is what I like to do usually. I like to get a little weird with it at first if I can. So playing a Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 7. We get 4 Change the Rocks in the deck. Although, because we exiled 3 cards to the Hellraiser, we can't play this one this turn. But that's kind of okay also, since my opponent is definitely holding up Counterspell. Hellraiser in the stack, being caught to become immense, better selection idea. We tried to build it. I think it's like pretty Winmore, but we'll try it. The thing is, there's just like, I don't think anybody can say what the best version is yet, because this card just has so many different homes it can go in, and just figuring out the best one is going to take a long time, in my opinion. I do have another burn spell. They might attack. Channel Sokozan plus fetch would make it cheaper. It would make it 3 mana, but then I don't have 3 mana after I channel Sokozan and fetch. Yeah, I don't have Boombust in my deck anymore, so I can go ahead and crack this. Would also be nice to draw something to bait a counterspell, like a Ragavan or something. So I can resolve this. Maybe I wasn't supposed to snap off this attack. I do think I have to cast the Hellraiser, though. I guess I should have done a pre-combat, but they're just definitely going to counter it. Could have played Hellraiser, discarded fetch. No, I couldn't. The Sokozan is 4 mana to channel. I didn't have 7 mana that turn. Unless I'm losing it. Which maybe I am. Alright, so they flip Ragavan. I can heat the Ragavan. But they probably have another counterspell. If they're shocking the Sacred Foundry sequence in there. Okay. Game 3. Gets you on the play. You play this shell with Hellraiser, become immense. Is it too much tension to include Arcanist? Not necessarily, no. It's maybe even like would be like the correct way to do it. Has Hellraiser been living up to the hype? I have definitely liked the card all day. I've definitely liked the card all day. You know, at the end of the day, it's like a 3-mana modern card with harsh deck building restrictions, and it's a value card in a format where 3-mana value cards there's a lot of them in the format. But I've liked it a lot, and it is going to take a long time to find the best shell. But this is maybe it, or this is, I think it's so far, and it's only one match, but so far this list has felt a lot smoother than the other ones we tried. Wow, get to hit him with the Ragavan, huh? We're getting Spell Pierced. I kind of just want to slam Fable. Maybe I can go Channeler into cast Explosives to Surveil. I guess we graveyard that, since it's, if I flip it off Light Up the Stage here, my opponent's just not going to play into it. I can keep it at Light Up the Stage. Okay, let's go ahead and just cast the second Light Up the Stage now. Also, already have a land in exile, so don't want another one over there. Hit a Bauble, awesome. Heat might not get cast, but that's okay. Yeah, I think like one thing here is like Light of the Stage, weirdly enough, seems to be a really good card to pair with Hellraiser, one that I kind of missed. Where it just gives you like the velocity of cards to get other cards in your graveyard early, and then it's also like a good card to play off the Hellraiser. I'm not sure exactly if that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Rob Priest like feels like a really powerful, scary card. We'll see. I have yet to play with or against it, but my initial I don't not really as high on it as other people are at the moment. Card draw spells are good with Hellraiser, yeah. I guess, you know, put it in very simple terms. Alright, let's keep one of these on top. Since like kind of their best plan here is to stabilize with the Murktide. We'll definitely try Rob Priest though. I'm not, you know, gonna not try it. I'm gonna cast this Season Pyromancer too. You kidding me? Yeah, but knowing we're drawing Change of the Rocks, I'm down to discard the Heat. They're on the Moon plan. I really doubt my opponent has Moon in their deck post-board against me. I know that they fetched Island. I think it was just because they drew Island naturally and they fetched a Painless Land. I don't know. I mean, not only Moon against Ragavan, Moon against Mono Red Ragavan. Alright, what a slaughter. What a slaughter. Yeah, this one has definitely felt the smoothest by a lot. And I think what's like really exciting me about this list is how good of enabler and payoff Light Up the Stage seems to be for Hellraiser, which is something that again we had, in my opinion, missed earlier, or I had missed earlier. Yep, up against Hammer. Hammer's scary, but thankfully we do have like the White Splash sideboard tech to beat the Sanctifiers. Mortar Pod. Well, wow. Just trying to think if I want to cash in this Bauble or not. I think no is the answer. It'd be really nice to find Delirium next turn so I can get in to Light Up the Stage. Dark, tier 1, thank you. Yeah, Orvar is for copying Archon of Cruelty. Okay, so they're not Hammered? Question mark? Do you mind going over Hellraiser's inspiration for them? Well, Hellraiser is a brand new card, right? So I am... Oh, I guess when I saw the Mortar Pod, though, I knew that this was going to die. Yeah, we're trying new cards here, though. We try new, interesting, powerful modern cards, which I think Hellraiser definitely is. So I guess we're likely just going to go Ragavan plus Bolt here. Then look at my top card. If I like it, play Mounted. If I don't like it, play Scalding Tarn. I think I want a third Bauble. Bolt this now, so I can't tap for mana. Gonna have to bolt it anyways. What are they doing over there? Are they Hammer Time and they're just playing Cavern and Mortar Pod? It is a little unlucky to play the mono red deck and queue into the main deck Forge Tinder deck. It's a little unlucky. It's okay. We have got a plan. Ragavan's looked better though. I'll say that Ragavan has looked better before. Main deck Forge Tinder's gas. I don't know if I have the guts to main deck Forge Tinder. Oh, also maybe I should be holding these fetch lands. No, I mean I would that turn was fine, but I need to think more about holding fetch lands because of Boom Bust. Although I might just discard it to Fable this turn. But also like literally what is happening. Recruiter. For Fervent Champion, awesome. Alright. I do love Fervent Champion. Opponent is a hero all along. Discard Mountain, Boom Bust. And then get in with my Goblin. Connected with the Goblin. It's nice. So we can cast Light Up the Stage into Boom Bust, Unholy Heat. We can hold the Fable for next turn. I think that Boom plus 1-drop here seems like a pretty good plan. And then if they use the Fortuner to get rid of the heat on the champ, that's also like a pretty big win in my mind. When it is reading Boom Bust. All right, target here. If they sack Ragavan, doesn't matter at all. I feel like lately I've been playing a decent amount of Ragavan decks, and there's a lot of situations where the Ragavan is like the worst card you could have by a lot, but also there's a lot of situations where it's like the best card you could have by a lot. They have a Blacksmith skill. All right, any card could come out of my opponent's deck. They have a third land and a 3-drop, 2-drop. What is this card? Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return. This is a combo? Whoa! Cole the Forge Master, Fervent Champion, Mortar Pod, Infinite combo. Let's go! Let's go! They need a sec. They have it with Mortar Pod. What a deck, huh? Wow. Beautiful. They had the Blacksmith skill. They had every... Oh, that was so sick. We're so dead. We are so dead. That's so cool, though. 5-card combo? That's a 4-card combo? That's awesome, though.
How's it going?
I don't know. How's it going, chat? I'm not sure.
You don't know.
Let's go in on Chandra just to kill this matchup.
So are you not being close to being done?
I don't know. What time are our reservations?
It's not till 7, but I was thinking about lunch,
I'm, pretty hungry.
Yeah. I was thinking of getting Panera. Do you want?
Yeah.
With your unlimited sip club membership?
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
What do you want?
I don't know, anything.
Sandwich?
Yeah, sure. Just like any non-messy sandwich.
Non-messy. Okay.
Yeah.
Was the last one you ate messy?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Esther always likes to give me like the messiest, crunchiest, hardest to eat on stream lunches as possible. Nobi Chandra cannot flip over, change the rocks, or portable hole. Right, Mortarpod has re-entered the chat. Huh. Yeah, I guess I'll do a damage with just to kill here so I can light up the stage for one. And then, well, suppose we're dashing the Ragavan, which will get germed, and that's okay. What if they block and ping Chandra? No, they ping their monkey. Okay. This like white splash in these red decks. I think it's so good. It just answers so many of your problem cards. Although, you know, Forge Tinder is still... it's still Forge Tinder, you know what I mean? It's still... it's so good. It's so annoying to run into the main deck Forge Tinder deck when you play mono red. Okay, one Forge Tinder out of the way, and we still get at least one more Chandra activation here. Couldn't you bolt the Germ first? If I bolted the Germ... Oh, bolt Germ, sure, maybe that was better. Alright, let me go ahead and kill this first. I'm trying to think if they could, like... if I'm giving the window to use the Forge Tinder. Yeah, maybe that was better. Dude, if we beat triple Forge Tinder as a mono red deck, that's pretty sick. We are dead to the oh, it's only a 3-card combo, right? Yeah, it's only a 3-card combo. We're dead to the 2-drop there if they had it.
Okay, the problem is I think all of their sandwiches are messy.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you want to give me, I give you full power and faith and control. Alright, just to land on top. Is 4-card, you need Coal to bounce champion. You need mana, it goes to hand. Oh, they need Paradise Mantle. Okay, okay. Maybe I should have fetched it in there. Is this till end of turn? Oh yeah, I need to play this first because if I found Hellraiser, I could hardcast Hellraiser too. I am hyped for new Tyvar. Yeah, everything's so busy, and I'm going to be, you know, scrambling and scrapping all these decks together, and you know, soliciting cards and hustling, and then finally dining with Esther for our thousands of anniversaries. We have so many anniversaries all in a row. Esther likes to do this weird thing where, like, every single year she celebrates the date of her birth, which I don't know.
It's kind of cringe.
Yeah, I know, it's very cringe.
Yeah. Every year. Will I be at the Pro Tour? No. I'll be at the Casual Tour, though. I think they're dead, right? They got their coal. Then I just attack and then ping them with Chandra. Soft and Leslie, thank you. When's her birthday? Her birthday's tomorrow. And her mother's maiden name is Bofa. And this, yeah, that's the street she grew up on, is these nuts. Oh, Hellraiser. Dude, we beat 3 Forge Tenders that game. Maybe they're out of Forge Tender draws. On a multi-6. Their deck is so cool, though. I love it. I hope they're playing Aether Vial. Aether Vial seems really good in their deck with Recruiter and Stormforge. Where's Lucy? Well, I decided that Lucy was basically Esther's birthday present, so last week I put her in a crate and I got like a little bowl of water in there, and so she's been under the Christmas tree for like a week now. Just wrapped up. No, stop. Yeah, the birthday tree. Yeah, sorry, it's the birthday tree.
I actually did get a tree for my birthday.
Oh, you did? Yeah, yeah. When we threw a party for Esther over the weekend, and one of our friends walked in with this giant plant. That was awesome. It was just so perfect.
I was so excited.
Yeah, it was a really good gift. He's always been a really good gift giver. I remember one time I was like 21, 22 or something, and we were supposed to hang out at like 8 or 9 p.m. and he shows up at my house at 3 a.m. with a bag of Epsom salts, and I was like, we're ready to party. And it was awesome. It was a great time. Alright, that's Delirium. Yeah, Aether Mage's Touch is also, that was my secret thing. Aether Mage's Touch, Hellraiser. I don't think you can't play Witch's Cottage with it. There's no way. But Aether Mage's Touch is kind of sick with Hellraiser. So I don't think that there's another good enabler necessarily, but it would be really cool. Put it into play, flash it back, cast it again. Dang, that was my secret for next month. I guess everyone will forget about it. Have I seen this? Magic Online status. I'm scared. Oh, it says is the tweet deleted? Yeah, it looks like the tweet was deleted. Well, I'm scared to ask. Scared to ask because it's forget. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's okay. Listen, I delete enough tweets. That I can't be doing this. They got Paradise Mantle. Wow. A screenshot? I can't help myself. How do you have a screenshot of it, though? That's sus that you have a screenshot. Okay, it looks kind of real, though. We apologize for the issue where this weekend's challenges paid out one product instead of DMR. To fix this, we have granted DMR product in the same quantities of affected accounts. Cards from one still cannot be used and constructed until tomorrow morning. Oh boy.
Did that tweet have nothing to do with whatever your tweet was underneath it?
No. What the thing is, I'm currently playing one cards in the queues at the moment, so so I don't know why it says that. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Ragavan worst card as per usual. I think I can keep a bauble.
You got illegal cards.
Yeah, I do. Yep. Well, yeah, if we get banned, chat, it's been nice knowing you. What can I say? But it really ain't been that. It's not been that nice. Wait, why didn't they Paradise Mantle? They could have gone Paradise Mantle. I guess they still can, huh? Dude, Paradise Mantle is +2 mana for them here. But I'll just kill this guy, right? If they have the Mortar Pod. Full-time Dark Souls have banned. Full-time House Husband to Esther have banned. If anybody has any good I don't even know any funny jokes to tell, let me know. Any good bits to do. This may be our last game. I don't know, or maybe we can. They're our last league. It feels really good to beat the main deck Forge Tinder deck. Feels very good. Okay, we're still in the queue though. We're off the grid here. We're breaking the law. No one can stop me. Todd isn't narking. Todd is simply promoting my stream. Does anybody know if you can edit your or your Twitch username? I really want the A to be capital. It's been bothering me lately that it's not, and it's like a really dumb thing. Talk to my partner manager. My who? my who? My what? My partner what? Oh yeah, my partner manager. Let me get right on that. Christmas movie, thank you for 2 months. Appreciate you. You can choose a name every year. Yeah, maybe I'll look into it. Thank you, Deemer, and I'll save this. That was funny, though.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
All our guys are Cassie. I just have like a capital A everywhere else, I think, or that's how I like, when people ask me how it's spelled, that's always put. I think it looks cleaner too. What in my mind would be acceptable hit rate of a? I'm a no hit streamer, so 0%. I don't know. Like 88 is honestly probably like you probably need like 94 or something like that, which is like not super possible. That's why Cottage was so nice. It was like a real enabler, Dude, I've been winning die rolls. How's the dragon? I've been liking the dragon for sure. I think that like my shells have felt pretty rough. This has been like the best dragon deck so far. But I think my other shells weren't very good. But I think the card, like the Hellraiser itself, has been good when I've been casting it. I wish I had an extra day to prepare. I guess I could have just taken the extra day to prepare. I had a really cool deck prep for today. Also, I was really excited for today's stream last night. But listen, I gotta play the new cards. But hold on, let me show you what I had prepped for today. After I ruin my opponent's day. Guess that first, I guess. Okay, so we can't channel her before Boom Bust, we can channel her after. The Boom Busts have been feeling pretty good. Been kind of liking them here. We haven't, we just play a lot of fetch lands. You always have a fetch land. Okay, trying to find. Okay, the name. Okay, I started with Realms Uncharted in the deck, and I didn't finish with Realms Uncharted in the deck, but it's called Realms Untron because it started off as a Realms Uncharted Tron deck. But I was playing Supplier, Grazer, Wayfinder as like little guys that can sack to intent, and then these guys they fill up your graveyard, or at least some of them do, and then you can intent for Splendid Reclamation early to get all your lands back that you're milling over, or just get like a Scape Shift or a Dryad. And it was doing pretty well in testing, and I was really excited for today's stream, but there's some dreams that cannot be, you know what I mean? All right, so let's go Boom here, and we can play around Spell Pierce. Oh, we can't play around Spell Pierce if they Spell Pierce in response to my fetch being cracked. Although maybe it's just best to let this get Spell Pierce so I can get in with Ragavan. Oh, great. They're just going to concede. We've sideboarded the exact same way in all of our games so far, but we've also played against two Tides. Would I have just let to destroy the fetch? No, I don't think so. I would crack the fetch, because if they have Spell Pierce, I'm like just going to heat that Ragavan and get in anyways. Boombust doesn't seem good enough? I don't know. Maybe not. It's like good with Hellraiser is kind of like the whole idea behind playing it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, our matchups have been like Murktide, weird combo deck with main deck Forge Tender. But like to some extent you have to play, I think, this kind of land interaction in the deck to be able to have a chance against like Creativity and Titan and Tron. And I think I like the idea. Boombust is better with Hellraiser than Blood Moon is. We could just play Blood Moon instead. Is Portable Hole better than Snow Mountains and Onthanice? Well, we're playing 4 Chain to the Rocks, 1 Portable Hole. You could play, you could play 1 Onthanice instead. I think that the first Portable Hole is kind of nice against cards like Rest in Peace and stuff. We should maybe have more, honestly, than just the 1. Hellraiser with Resurgent Belief? I don't know, maybe. Like, it's kind of nice that you probably like cast a Shark Typhoon. Hellraiser with Typhoon. Squirrel, 4 months, thank you. Barrel with Twitch Prime. A Blue Moon with Hellraiser sounds kind of sick. There's just all the options in the world. I think that's definitely like been the moral of today's stream. There's just like literally infinite ways you can build this deck or this card. It does work with Seek the Truth, and like Founding also helps power it out. Dang, I guess it's their turn to Ragavan me. No fetch lands. Not yet, at least. Doing a Dash Tracker without attacking. I've done it to trigger Ledger Shredder before. It's probably like another reason. I've done it on accident. Yeah, Chained is just so easy to splash and so good. Blood Moon, Blood Moon. So not dashing the Ragavan. Might they be holding up a counter spell, perchance? Seems that they stole this Channeler. It'd be so much better shape if they hadn't. Would a New Koth be good? New Koth, I think, is completely unplayable. I could be wrong. It's like Liliana of the Dark Realms, but red. I used to play Liliana of the Dark Realms in EDH back in the day. Let me tell you, did she get me some swamps? Dude, I'm gonna pay for Spell Pierce. What in the world? It must have 2 Spell Pierces. I am gonna pay for Spell Pierce. Well, they didn't have 2 Spell Pierces, so this should probably resolve. Also, like, I didn't draw any fetches. I have 12 fetch lands. They got their Surveil 1, though. I guess the Shaman could give me white mana, maybe. Tried to bluff. I mean, that is, like, true. Sometimes you can just really confidently cast Spell Pierce and it resolves. Not this time, though. Keep Mountain to loot. I think, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, because I probably want to discard one of my 2 Hellraisers here. And then, like, whatever the other card is. But I guess the other card could be good. Yeah, I mean, keeping the Mountain's probably better. EE on 0, sure. Dude, this Stolen Channeler. So unfair. Alright, I'm going to discard Hellraiser Scalding Tarn. Okay, there are my fetch lands. Okay, well, don't play EE on 0 also, and then like not sack it. They very clearly have some counter magic up, so I'm just gonna not play into it here. And they didn't use the EE on 0. Well, I guess the EE on 0 could have killed the treasure token though, but it didn't. Why would they not use their mana to pop the explosives there? Like, I don't know. So you get on to 6 cards with Arid Mesa. 7, 8 if they counter Chain to the Rocks. We need to draw a card that goes to the yard to Hellraiser this turn. Well, it does go to the yard. Maybe not right now, though. No, usually you want to... I guess I could also just spend 6 mana. Spend 6 mana in Hellraiser. That could have been a good reason to use the treasure on this Chain to the Rocks. So maybe I'm just supposed to spend 6 mana in Hellraiser right now. Although the thing is, like, they just have a counterspell. They also didn't do it last turn. I don't know. Could have busted the land. I sided out my Boom Bust in this matchup. Yeah, this is still the Chandra deck. Same league. Yeah, maybe they're thinking it killed the Reflection. That's a good thought. Life total getting real low. The Stolen Channeler really soloing this whole game, to be honest. Alright, so let's hope that they counter this Fable, thank you, sweetheart, and then we can resolve the Capricious Hellraiser. And copy the Hellraiser. They're bolting my Reflection in response. I wasn't really expecting that. This does let me cast the Hellraiser, though, even if this resolves. So, I mean, I'm going to go for it. It has really seemed like this whole time that they, like, 100% have a counterspell. But I think I have to cast it. Alright, well, we need a top deck. We technically get 2 looks if we miss. We're dead to Bolt. We're dead to Murktide, probably. Or, you know, probably dead to Murktide because we draw a Hellraiser. Okay, I Bolt me. Game 3, get to be able to play. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a weird game overall. Again, that Stolen Channeler really was really rough. I think if they flipped like any other card, I mean they could flip Light to Stage or Bobble and still get some advantage, but that was the worst card for them to hit. I mean, I don't know why we would think they're sniping. They like snapped off the Spell Pierce on my Lightning Bolt instead of the Fable. It's messed up. Don't you want a big payoff for Hellraiser? Is it good without costing something wild? No, you mean you don't want a big payoff for Hellraiser because you can't consistently get it, right? You can't consistently guarantee you're going to get your big payoff because the card's chosen at random, right? So, actually, I think I'm going to... I want to trigger Connive really badly because I have double Hellraiser. Like, you can't guarantee you're going to get something big. So you need to just use this as a value card. But 3 mana 4/4 flyer, cast a non-creature spell from your yard is really good. What if you can control it like with Delvecore or something? I mean, there's just no way to make that good, I think, or consistent. Like, a Delve card is like, I don't know, it's just... We'll see. We'll see. I think it's very unlikely to be what you need, though. Okay, let's just play a longer game, I think. I don't think I'm using the bolt now. Would Opus be 2 more? I think so, yeah. I think so. Like, again, you also just can't consistently get it. Like, the card is, like, very much designed for you to not be able to do that. I think, and like, there's just way better, like, 2-card combos in Modern than this. Than getting to, like, 9 cards in yard, big thing in the yard, Hellraiser, like, just Persistent Archon if you're gonna get something big in the yard and then have a spell. Hellraiser and Dredge? It might actually be good there, yeah. Maybe not, but kind of interesting. Talking about Feign Death and Scam. Yeah, it's interesting in Scam. I haven't... That's one deck I haven't really tried to build yet. Because you have so many black sources in Scam, but you can play a lot of Graven Cairns too. Might play like a bunch of Night's Whispers. Yesterday got me a sandwich from Panera too. Tied me over so I can stream longer for y'all. A big draw step. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the Change Rocks Cask, another card in the yard. I do think, oh, okay, I can graveyard this for Delirium, graveyard this for Hellraiser, I guess. I'm just pretty scared of a Murktide, but I think that we probably just need to put that in the yard here. Okay, Dead Channeler. We still need 2 cards in the yard for Hellraiser, including the Arid Mesa here. Okay, that's 1 more card, presumably. Really good draws here. Not the worst. Not the best. I guess another thing is, like, with only removal spells in the yard, the Hellraiser isn't probably something we can even cast till they play a creature. Okay, there's a creature. Although if we hit Bolt, then we don't get to kill this. They bolt me just to connive? Their last card must be terrible. To make Love Sword of... I'm excited to play Forge and Frontier. I'm going to play in the Fervent Champion deck. Definitely a card that can be interesting to play with. So draw Light Up the Stage, Fable the Mirror Breaker, those kind of cards. Right. If we hit bolts, we can bolt this. We hit chain, we can chain this. Okay. Sadly, we only hit bolts, but it's okay. We actually just hardcast this next turn if we draw a land. You didn't need 10 cards, Y1 Channeler into EE. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, we missed once on Hellraiser. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I guess I can't block, because if they have Consider in combat, they can connive this to kill this. Best roll is probably Light Up the Stage. Maybe we could have attacked first. I wanted to see if this would get countered or not, because then I have to play like pure defense. They did nothing with their mana that turn. They did 2 bolts, but they've already used 2 bolts, so that's not super likely. I'm going to discard the Ragavan here. There's my light up the stage. Alright, so let's start with light up the stage. Play another one? They get to connive, which means if they can connive, discard a spell, connive next turn, discard a spell, and deal with this Hellraiser, we lose. But we also have Unholy Heat and Change the Rocks we can like light up into here. They discard Consider, which is just like terrifying. We did hit a Change the Rocks though. How do you? Their hand must be so good to discard Consider. Huh. Are they going to Otawara my Change the Rocks? I just play it again. Could you not bolt into bolt? I mean, you don't get to choose the card you cast off Hellraiser necessarily. You exile 3 at random and then pick one of those. Yeah, 3 mana 4/4 flyer, Change the Rocks is pretty good. And we have another Change of the Rocks in hand for Murktide, which is great. Another thing is, like, my opponent, if they were going to bounce Change the Rocks, like, they weren't supposed to do it, like, in response to the trigger, either. I think they maybe thought it was, like, Leyline Binding. But I also don't think they realized they could replay it off the chain. Seems like they really messed up. And they only have 2 bolts left in the deck, so pretty unlikely we get bolted out here. But this is my bolt. I have it off light the stage. They're floating a blue mana. Yeah, they've made a lot of mistakes this match. So I think we're gonna be 3-0, beating Murktide twice, but they of course could have like played this game probably better to win. Yeah, Fable and Hellraiser definitely play super well together. Ameria's Call. Ameria's Call plus Hellraiser is pretty cool. I don't know if I don't think it would be exactly this shell, but I'm down. There's just like a million Hellraiser decks, so you guys are gonna be so sick of this card. Maybe you're already sick of it. We're 3-0. I promise at least like 1 Dark Souls stream this week at some point, but maybe just like 1. Discard mill NBFCs. Yeah, you can play like Fable and Prismari Command. There's maybe like 1 more card. All the different decks I've played have been in the Stream Decker. If you click the find all Spikes decks in Stream Decker link, type decks in chat. Have I decided if Hellraiser is good or not? I mean, is it good? I think yes. Is it like, where does it fit and with what cards and how is it in the metagame? It's too early to say. But is it a good card? I think the answer from this stream is like honestly a resounding yes. It's very, very powerful card. At least that's my evaluation. But beyond that, where does it fit and what is the best shell is going to be a long question to answer. But for the most part, when we've cast it today, I've really liked it on a very basic level. Although I do have to graveyard it here, so I don't light up the stage into it. Although this helps with Delirium. Yeah, my now. Yeah, exactly. It's a Bloodbraid Elf. It's not a Show and Tell. Let's keep the Ragavan just because I want to make sure that whatever I'm flipping I can play. Although having another 3-drop on top is kind of bad. Okay. Ooh, 4-color Breach. They do have a Bauble. Well, I guess we're looking for Land, Unholy Heat. If it's a land, I guess we want it to be a fetch land so we can boom bust. If we just draw a regular land, I guess we play Fable. Maybe we'll play Fable no matter what. Not really sure. If I'm gonna cast 2 spells, I need to attack first so they can't eat my Channeler. That was one of the worst draws in the deck. They do take the 3. Looking for Unholy Heat more than any other card. Although I suppose I'll take Arid Mesa. Can you play Valky Tybalt with Hellraiser? I don't think so. I don't think you can play Tybalt off of it. They discard Urza Saga, which is interesting. Heat Ragavan, discard a Steam Vents. Bobble Me. Yeah, so this being a 2/4 is actually really, really big deal here. So are we going to Stone Rain them this turn, or are we going to play Chandra? I guess if I draw a land, I probably play Chandra. If I draw a spell, I probably Boom Bust. Is that true? Yeah, I think that's true here still. No, we haven't cast Boom off Hellraiser yet, unfortunately. But I do think that like the Light of the Stages have been very, very good at like being a good Hellraiser enabler and also a good Hellraiser payoff. So I think that like if we ever try a Rakdos list, I'm likely to be playing keep this. Likely to be playing Night's Whisper. Because I just think really oh no! This is the wrong ability, damn it. No. I would really have liked that. I meant to ping them. But the like Night's Whisper, just given like the quantity of cards. Just 2 mana draw 2, I think it seems good with Hellraiser. Okay. Teferi stops. Cast it this turn. Okay, cast it not immediately having to play it. Would really like to find an Unholy Heat to kill the Shredder. Guess we're booming the Saga this turn though. Alright, so go exile, top card. Play land. Boom. Target here, here. Then respond to the triggers with a fetch. Hoping they can't discard a spell, but I think that they are probably going to prioritize it, right? They discard another land. Wow, just very lucky for us that they're super flooded here. Ping Teferi. I don't know. You could ping Teferi. I think that I would rather like. I like digging for Unholy Heat to answer the Shredder. Although Teferi stopping the Hellraiser trigger is. I'm assuming it stops the Hellraiser trigger. Is maybe a good enough reason to have pinged it instead. Yeah, they discard Imri and they can kill my Chandra. Really, that misclick with the Light of Stage was a big cost. I have some good draws though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill the Teferi here, or try to. They have another removal spell. Probably a matchup we bring in Blood Moon against. So we're gonna bring in Blood Moon, Chalice on 0 to stop the combo. Could bring in the Chain to the Rocks. I guess Chain to the Rocks is bad if they're Chain to the Rocks is bad if We have the Blood Moons, so I guess we can't bring in both. We just bring in Blood Moons and Chalices. The Boom Busts, just being a Blood Moon this game. Could the 4th Bauble if we're bringing in the Chalices too? Seems like this makes sense. Oh, we could do another Duck Tech Killa if you want to donate for one. Lordo with the 11 months, thank you. We haven't had a crash on stream in like 3 hours. Chalice for their Mox Amber grinding station combo. It stops them from winning the game with grinding station, and we don't really have any other way to stop them from comboing off. Yeah, I'm not trying to jinx it, but oh, he'd be so sick if we even had one land there. Yeah, Orvar is always for the creativity matchup. Discard it, or any Archon of Cruelty matchup. You discard it to Archon's trigger, and then you copy Archon. If you play Snowlands and Anthonize, can't you bring in Blood Moon too? I mean, you should not have both in at the same time, since you can't cast it with Blood Moon in play, I think. Maybe that's not true, but that's my thinking for why I don't want to play both. Rot Priest and Vindictive Flamestoker. Vindictive Flamestoker is like completely unplayable. Rot Priest is... we'll try it. People seem to be very hyped for Rot Priest. Yeah, I was hoping they go like Urza Saga plus Imri this turn. Shocks in Steam Vents. Pretty likely to have a red burn spell. They can obviously have Spell Pierce too, but I'm going to slam the button. Kill the 3-pack. Thank you. We posted your deck tech in the chat. Obviously, this isn't doing too much to stop them, but stops their Sagas, stops their white splash, their green splash here. I think it's very likely Ragavan dies since they shocked in the Steam Vents. Guess I will just go ahead and take the trade. Hellraiser in Shadow. You can't play 4 Hellraisers in your 19 land deck with 2 Watery Graves and a Swamp. You probably can play like 0 lands that don't tap for red, which is like not easy to do, but maybe it is. Maybe just like don't play the Swamp, play Mountain instead, play 4 Steam Vents, 4 Blood Crypts, or 3/3, 3/3, 4/3, something like that. But also, I don't necessarily feel like Hellraiser is amazing here. It's probably okay. But like losing Drown and like losing that like really nice premium interaction is definitely a real cost, and like, you know, a cost that I'm not sure is worth paying. And in fact, I think it's likely just like in general not a good home for the card. You also can't play Giganta and Hellraiser. Not legal, so probably cut Giganta. But also like another thing too is I think that Underworld Breach is like the better graveyard advantage engine for Shadow for sure. And is maybe, you know, going to usually be the better engine. Time will tell potentially, but that's kind of my main takeaway is like just you know, it's very simple on a very simple level, like makes your mana much worse and is not as good as Breach in this package. And making you lose Drown is like really, really big problem. Sent the wrong list. Oh no. Well, I can take a look at the right list. Yeah, Imri Hellraiser is kind of interesting. Okay, so we are, I think, not dead, but we're gonna get kind of owned. Esper, no new cards. My friend and I are working on this. They exiled Ragavan as part of the escape cost there. That was actually a big punt by them. Yeah, them being choked on blue mana makes like this plan of killing Emery way more viable. Yeah, also casting Amber first would have been a much bigger problem. Lucky yes. This is a cool deck you have here. I'm kind of surprised you're not playing Magda though, where like Magda is kind of the best card to go with Moth Dust Changeling. Those two cards together kill very, very quickly with Magda plus Clock of Omens, and I'm just not really sure why you'd want to play this version over a version that's doing that. If that makes sense. Grist 2, yeah. Yeah, I guess for the most part, like your Ingenious Infiltrators are cool to go with your Changing Outcast. I do like that. But in general, the Ninja plan is not one that I've found to be like particularly competitive in Modern, and I think you would probably find it to not be particularly competitive here. The Lieutenants are cool, but I really just do not feel like this version is better than the version of Magda. Pretty sure we're dead, right? Yeah, just like being more in on Magda and Clock of Omens and a Scourge of Lacus seems much better to me than Spell Stutter Sprite. Mistbind Click is also like pretty poor, I think. Didn't realize Infinite come with Magda. Yeah, Clock of Omens. You can find a few different versions online. Yeah, very dead. Okay. Let's see if we can get a 4-1. Be pretty happy with the 4-1 here. I don't have a list to send you for the Magda stuff though. I'm trying to remember who it was. There was some player who had a list that I kind of liked. But it's really not too different. Like just like your Thales Lieutenant and your Fairy Tribal payoffs are like much worse than like Magda and Grist, and maybe it just doesn't have to be much deeper than that. This is maybe a little bit of a sketchy hand. I think I'll have to draw with Double Channeler. We can try it. Okay. I think we are supposed to just play a Channeler on turn 1 here. Yeah, maybe someone in chat can help you with finding the Magda list. Because the combo's Moth Dust Changeling, Magda, lets you like tap 2 creatures, make a treasure, and then you usually make 2 treasures from the Magda and the Moth Dust Changeling, and then once you get enough treasures to put Clock of Omens into play, then you can tap those 2 treasures to untap a creature. Let me take the hit here. Looks like they're playing the 8 Blast deck. And then you can put you basically you can put as many treasures as you want into play, which lets you Scourge and put as many dragons as you want into play, and all your dragons are going to be changelings, of course. Alright, I think we need to keep the land. Oh, and then there's the proper link for the other deck tech. Wheel Razor, oh my gosh. So very similar to like the Shielder deck we played recently. Doesn't seem like a terrible first draft, but I will say, like, I left play when I was playing this deck, or the version I was playing the other day. I left that stream thinking that I wanted to play Burgi plus Unearth. I'm not sure if like this version sounds better to me than that, but it doesn't look like a bad first draft. Playing Channeler and Bauble in addition to Marauder is also interesting here. I wasn't doing that. Honestly, it looks like a really good first draft. Trying to think if there's anything. that needs obvious changing. I don't really see anything. Alright, so let's go fetch a mountain, bolt swift spear, attack for 3, Hellraiser. Okay, definitely gonna graveyard that. Definitely gonna graveyard that, and then it would be actually really good if we could just play that from the yard. Obviously, 3 in 10 chance. Let's go! Bust. Destroy all lands. Let's go. Oh, I don't have Delirium anymore. I guess I was supposed to attack first. That's okay. We did it. Could make it much harder for them to burn me out here. Alright, keep a land, of course. A Planeswalker in play, got a 4/4 flyer in play. Man, they've missed land drops. This kind of feels bad. Wait, their 2 cards are 1 drop and a land? Or are they going to sack the blood token? Their hand was 1 drop land. It's pretty good. Yeah, that was the first time we flashback bust with Hellraiser. Okay, not quite enough cards in the yard here. Draw land, we can play Fable though. Okay, this card of Ragavan. So this is exile the top 5 cards of the library, cast red spells from among them. Get an emblem, render cast red spell, does X damage any target, X amount of mana spent to cast it. Okay. I mean, I'm down. I feel like this is a trade that favors me. Especially if I can get Delirium and start attacking it with my 4/4, or not my 4/4, my channeler, leave the 4/4 back to block. I'm down. Because then I can go ping them, attack for 3, then ping them, attack for 7, kill them. Swish, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so they get in. Yeah, they need to draw Mountain plus Bolts. Galvanic Blast won't do it. Attack with Dragon was a kill next turn. It wasn't. They'd be at 4 right now. Alright, let's go. They'd be at 0? They were at 0 the following turn. I'm confused. We attack with both. Isn't they're out the same, but they have 1 less draw? I'm like 99% sure it's the same number of draws. Let's get to block 1 more damage, although it probably doesn't matter. Yeah, you lose to Galvanic. They had 8 life and we didn't attack with Hellraiser for 2 turns. Well, 2 of the turns we didn't attack with Hellraiser, like, didn't they have mana? Or I guess they didn't because we blasted. No, they had 1 land, right? Maybe you're right. I guess I didn't realize you were talking about like 2 turns ago. Keep a monkey. Yeah. I was thinking that, like, was I supposed to fetch earlier because of like the stage of Veyron, but no, I need to draw the monkey, of course. Dude, Ragavan is so bad. It's just bad against every single card in Modern. I got a dash. No, we'll get the Sacred Foundry tapped. Ragavan is so bad. Or maybe, like... Maybe I should have traded here. I don't know. Gonna have to trade anyways, I guess. Yeah, I should have blocked. It's just so hard to make that block. Is Ragavan bad or 1/1's good? Maybe 1/1s are good because Ragavan's so good. I don't know. Ragavan's a really high variance card. Like it's like pretty often one mana win the game, but there are also like plenty of games like this where it's just like it's just the worst card you could have. It's just the worst card you could draw really often. Yeah, let the record show we lost 1 extra life. Chat would never let me get away with anything. I'm going to discard Fable, Ragavan. The Fable would be kind of nice to get lucky and hit off the Hellraiser here. We have 3 non-creature spells in the yard only. Do I want a Bolt or a Bauble? I think I'll bolt them so I can light up the stage here. Bolts me, dead 2, Shrapnel Blast. Well, less, you know, bummer. I'm gonna choose to be on the play. Love to get a 4/1. This list has definitely felt like pretty clean. Maybe like a little bit of room for improvement. But much cleaner than our earlier lists. Yeah, that's Esther. Esther's laugh sounds like she's like wailing in agony sometimes, but she's just laughing. But I know that it sounds like she's weeping in horrible pain. I've like sprinted across the house several times over the course of our relationship, expecting some horrible thing to have happened, but it's just like a funny TikTok. 2 months? What's the next one, Brew? Well, it kind of depends on if we can get my hands on Tyvar or Nahiri for tomorrow. But if we can, we'll be playing Tyvar or Nahiri. Tyvar, Devoted Druid. I have like a combination Devoted Druid Elves list that I think looks pretty good. I'm not really 100% sure if we're... I think I just let them have the Relic. I can just discard the Hellraiser to the Fable. Keep that, I think. So I can go Chandra plus Heat the Swift Spear. I guess I can't discard... I can't discard the Sacred Foundry ever. That's okay. I have like a combination Devoted Druid Elves list. So by tomorrow, I want to have that list together, but then just Elves and then just Devoted Druid. Maybe we won't play all of those decks tomorrow, but I want to be able to have access to them. Yeah, Priest of Fauna Shaman might actually be interesting with Tyvar. Probably a little bit too. Maybe a little bit too underpowered, but kind of interesting for sure. Well, Hellraiser bad against Relic. We'll discard it. Would not be bad to find Delirium, put some pressure on the Relic here. It is nice that we can loot the card away against the Graveyard Hate. I might actually keep it. We're not that far away from hardcasting it. We're about to flip the Fable too. Yeah, we're about to flip the Fable. We're 1 mana away from hardcasting it. We have the Chandra to keep the gas flowing, probably. I can hear you. I am talking smack about your laugh. Okay, cast a Ragavan. Cast an Epicure. Very interesting. We get to flip Saga, which is really nice. The 2/2 gets to block the 1/1. Classic Magic. Then a Mishra's Bauble, which is not a red card. Oh, maybe I should have put Heated before. Maybe I should have Heated before Chandra in here. That could have been good. Although if I flip the Heat, then it's less good. Okay, so happy enough to just get the relic off the field here, I think. Why isn't Chandra see? I mean, you can only play this card in mono red, and the mono red guru just likes to like do anything other than like find the best list, it seems. Okay. And when you brick, you know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you don't get any card off the top. It's just red cards. But it's 3 mana, which is nice. I like the card. Hayashi's a visionary. I mean, I love Hayashi. I'm not, you know, I'm not just shit talking, but you have to admit that like Hayashi really is more interested in just like 5-0ing with like any combination of cards in mono red than like figuring out what the best mono red list is. That's okay, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. Dragon 6 mana, and we didn't have, which, you know, they've been relicking me, so I can't play it for 3. The second relic's pretty rough here. Chandra for mana. Did I have enough last turn? I mean, it would just been a 4/4 by itself, but then we could have started copying it, I guess. So yeah, I guess you now get to Chandra for a card, and then just cast this. We're probably going to die to the second Saga, too. Oh, wow, they let me cast the Fable. Well, that's lucky. I like Hellraiser. I think it's a powerful card. You know, ultimately, at the end of the day, it is just a grindy 3-drop. It's a good one, though. It's a good one. And it's a pretty sweet one, too. Okay, maybe we might be able to, you know, snatch victory from the jaws of defeat here. Like, Hayashi, like, 5-0'd with 4 Sokuzans in his deck. And he, like, I'm sure he knows that he's not supposed to have 4 Sokuzans. But he's just, like, just you know, just can't help himself. What can you say? Literally just can't help himself. Did I expect so many deck building restrictions? I did, yeah. I did. I expected it to be weak to Graveyard Hate, but it's very, very powerful game 1. I'm excited to play some more shells with it. There's a lot of potential still. I'm enjoying playing the card. I'm enjoying trying the card right now. Both at me, so I guess get a double block going. Well, maybe all she wrote here. Maybe it was more damage if they blasted the dragon because of trample. We should maybe have Shadow Spear in the deck. I'm gonna go light up the stage here because I need to draw like Change the Rocks. But even then, yeah, I need Change the Rocks plus something else because they have the Den. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for me today. This list definitely felt the cleanest of everything we've played. I'll try to get some Tyvars and Nahiris for tomorrow. I think we have several other like Hellraiser shells to try at some point, but don't want to get too burned out on the card too fast. GG's, nice, a little over 7-hour stream today, pretty good. Gonna finish my sandwich and then